Back with more Let's Play Panzer Dragoon Saga, Maraudery X. Bringing you this ridiculously long intro. Granted, it's an RPG, and it's more of an RPG than Dragon Force, my other Let's Play that I'm working on at the moment. But still, even the Final Fantasy series would let you take over for at least a minute or two in between the long sections of dialogue. This one is like 10 minutes of dialogue and scenes and more dialogue and scenes before you get to take over, and then you walk all of like 10 feet. So, but you'll see that here in a moment. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Does it make it any less of a great game? No, it does make it a little difficult to get into, because you're sitting there doing nothing for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, so. But, like, there are three sides that you have to deal with in this. You've got your story, what's going on with the Empire, and then what's going on with Kramen. So, there's a lot going on. Some of the things, as far as the world goes, doesn't quite make a lot of sense to me. Like, if they knew this was going to happen, they let their city get blown up to begin with. It just always comes to raise the question, why are you going to let it happen? It's not going to put you at any sort of advantage. And the Emperor, he's got that Star Wars Emperor Palpatine vibe going on for him. Except he sits in a floaty chair, whereas Palpatine just had the spinny chair. So, upgrade to creepy Emperor, I guess. And this is the Grig Org. You'll be seeing a lot more of it as the game progresses. It is the penultimate battleship. So, you'll see it several times. And as with the title, everything seems to be kind of German sounding, so. Now you finally get to name you, the player. It does not change the name of the main character. The main character's name is still Edge. But the game does want to know what your name is. I still haven't quite figured that purpose out. So. You also do get to name your dragon when you get him. I made the mistake of naming my dragon and myself the same thing, not realizing that I was naming something different. I thought it was just asking me again later on what the name of my dragon was. Okay. Sure, what the hell? You don't have to name the dragon, from what I've seen. If you do name the dragon, it does increase the bond between you and your dragon, which does help its stats as you level, I believe. Let's see, water effects on the Sega Saturn. Much better than the water effects for the death scene of Aeris in Final Fantasy VII, in which she just kind of sinks into nothing. This one, I actually try to make it somewhat more like water. Now, they do make the world feel huge, even though the world map is actually quite tiny. Each of the zones that you can actually go to feel quite large because you're flying around in them. It does feel like you're playing any of the original Panzer Dragoon levels, flying around just this massive expanse. So they do a good balance of that, and they even do that with the cutscenes. Like these ruins feel ridiculously huge, and we finally get to take control of the